Welcome back. I'm still playing with that same group of ephemera from the fail, and I'm still actually debating whether or not I'm going to post the fail video. But I'm still loving these images, and I think I want to do a real quick one based on the imagery that I do have around my desk here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick collage with the material that I have, because I think I know what I want to do, and I may as well take you all along for the ride. Time for some explanation. I'm going to just use my straight edge right here real quick, just to free up the extraneous paper. I don't need all of that. I'm not keeping this for the final collage, but I don't want to let these hands go just yet. I'd like to keep them in their proper place, and I can use my scissors here to free them, but I'm not ready to separate the hands from the image. I did separate the mouth and the nose. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the nose, but you'll see I think you know what direction I'm going into, because this is how I usually operate with the facial features, my imagery. I come back and I put them on. And this is going to be one of those absurd, surreal collages. At least I believe that's what they are. Keep cutting here. It's nice when you can use the scissors, honestly, because it just makes things so much easier. Okay, I mean, I adore my X-Acto, but you being able to use the scissors for something like this is always welcomed. So let me get this up here, hanging on to the template, because I need to put my nose and my mouth back on. Now, what I'm going to do is return to my Mont Blanc book and something along the lines of really getting my money's worth out of this little book. And it just makes me want to go to France. So I'm going to try to find another. Oh yeah, this was the one I was thinking about using this. So I wanted to use this. I want to see if this will be good. No, it won't, because this is covering up everything. Wow, it really covers up everything. See, I wanted it to I wanted these gondolas in it because her lips are red. Of course, we can just do this maybe. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, but that changes everything. I missed some part here, so I'm going to clean up this space between the fingers. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was when I originally started working with it, what I had in mind. And if I was a digital collage artist, I probably could shrink it down and just have it floating in here, but or just have one portion of the hand. I don't know. I'm not sure. I was going to do something like this. I thought this might look good. But I really want both hands. I think both hands will make it look stronger. So I wanted to use those gondolas too. Oh, darn it. Is there anything I can do? And I even wanted to pull in this sphere that I cut out very carefully. I thought it would look good, but it's also large. Okay. So here is the other part of my collage that I want to work with. I cut her out, and I cut this bridge out, as you saw earlier. I want her standing on the bridge. I liked the snow because there was going to be a lot of contrast with the white. I thought this would look kind of cool. Well, actually, there might not be that much of contrast. And oh, you know what else I can do? I'm going to try using this anyway. And I'm going to use my little technique of tucking things in. Might be able to do that. So I'm cutting it out of the book. Okay. You can always grab something else later if this doesn't work. And along the lines of these mountains, I'm not doing anything too exact with my X-Acto. Just a little bit. I'm having to press a little harder because this is thicker paper. It's a book, so it tends to be a little thicker. I'm just going to go all the way along. I'm not even staying in the lines here. It's natural and doesn't necessarily mean I hope it, I mean, it should look okay, but of course, if I had it in Photoshop, I could just mask it and take out the mountains and take out the sky. Okay, I'm not going to do too much cutting here. I don't want to spend my time with it. Okay, that's what I wanted. So, cut the mountains, nothing too delicate, but it should look okay. And I'm going to come in with my hands. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to cut all the way to accommodate these hands. And then I need to free those hands from that text. Let's just go ahead and return to Timelapse, and I'll finish up there. I kind of like the way that looks. Actually, I like it a lot. So this is making me happy. We're able to keep our gondolas. And I'm not sure about her nose. I might keep them. I'm going to clean up her finger here really quick. Give it a little bit more of a rounded look. Okay, but I'm happy with this. So this is all good. I'm going to actually commit this. I cut the hands free from the paper. And they're lining up very, very well, as far as I'm concerned, with the mountain. I'll just tape it down. I like being able to put, yeah, this looks good. Keeping this corner of the mountain right alongside with the knuckle. So it's right up along that edge. That makes me happy when that happens because it's like it was meant to be. So I'm gonna cut some tape, commit it. There we go. Okay. Now I can fall back on my template here if I want to, but it's kind of like everything's wonky now, and that's okay. I can do this. Actually, do I need the nose? Where did it go? I'm missing the nose. Oh, okay. I could. That might add just a touch more interest, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Maybe have the mountains barely overlapping those lips. I can attach the nose where it's at with tape. But the lips will have to be glued on. I'll get back to those in just a second. Let's go ahead and attach this nose with some tape. Okay, and grab my glue for the lips. So this just makes me, I'm thrilled with this, as you can probably hear from the tone of my voice. Thrilled with this because the lips are red, the gondolas are red. There's a lot of great contrast with the white snow landscape. Let's go ahead, just barely, just to add a little interest. Tuck those lips. Behind those mountains. Let's see. Okay. It wants to move around a little bit though. The glue. Sometimes, like I said, I'm a little heavy-handed with the glue. That doesn't make me overly happy, and I think I'm gonna have to glue the nose down a little bit too, because I'm gonna be taking off just a touch of it. So we'll just glue it down, make sure it's there. Glue a little bit here. Don't need a lot of glue for this, because I'm going to scan it. It'll be fine. Should be fine. Famous last words from me. Okay, I want to trim the nose a little bit, and I want to definitely keep this hand in place. I don't want to move around anymore. Is that what I meant to do? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Makes me happy. So here I can see the nose, and yeah, I'll be cutting right across here. Make it as straight as possible. Okay. Yeah, cool. Nice and surreal. That's what we're going for here. Okay, and then I have my gondola girl. Not my gondola. Well, she is kind of a gondola girl. She's ever like this. Now I wanted this bridge. Does the bridge work? I like the bridge as it looks like. Obviously, she's standing on it. But I thought about actually overlapping her too on the bridge. And what I mean by that is doing more cuts. So I'm just going to cut along this bridge rail because I'll be tucking her in. I'm going to cut all the way to the edge and tuck her in right here. Though I love the bottom of her dress, but I want to do something like this. I thought I wanted it to be all the way to the edge. This way. Okay, yeah, something like that. Does that work? I don't want her too much in. Okay, we can do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tape her down. Although I may have to glue her later. I could just glue her down. She looks okay there. I felt like this space, there's like a lot of empty space because it's just snow, but we're going to be okay. Especially if we go ahead and crop a lot in Photoshop. So I do rely on Photoshop for some of this. Okay. That's good, actually. I can do the actual cropping myself. I was going to maybe have it lined up with this piece of bridge in the hand, which means I would be cutting from here to here. I'll just go ahead and do that. But I'm going to put a little more glue on my bridge before I do that cut. So really just the remnants of the glue that's already on the brush is what I'm using. There. And that's before I do my cut. So I'm going to cut here because I want this edge of the bridge to be the edge of the collage. But that means also I have to end up cutting some of the hands. But the gondolas will be safe, and that's all that matters. So let's do this. I'm always nervous when I do stuff like this, but at the end of the day, oh, look what happened. No, I can't do that. Okay. At the end of the day, it's all paper, and I can get some more. Okay, actually, that came out better than I imagined it would come out. I'm gonna cut her little dress. I do like her little dress. I didn't want to cut it. Here we go. And here we go. I think we are done here. Our work here is done. This is kind of fun. I like the way this came out, so I wanted to use this too. But I am finding that even though I encourage everybody to collect as much ephemera as possible when they are creating collages, that doesn't mean you have to use every little bit of ephemera that you chose. I have to remember the reason I share that with everyone to choose as much ephemera as possible is because it gives you just more options, but it doesn't mean you have to use all of this to make something interesting. At least interesting to me. Hopefully it's interesting to you. Hopefully you garner something out of all of this collage fun that we're having here. At least I'm having it, and really glad you're coming along for the ride. So thank you very much for joining me this week, and I will see you next time.